Hey, Pathfinders. You are so welcome to the Unofficially, Officially Braless podcast. I'm your host, Babs, and I think apologies are going to be mandatory to my introduction because I'm really not consistent. But I'm really trying. I'm trying so hard to be consistent, and I'll keep on trying until it sticks. These past few months have been very crazy, so it's been hard for me to be consistent, but I will try, guys. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys have been okay for the past few weeks. I've been quite busy. I do have something that I need to share with you guys. I am now part of the Rotary Club of Kololo. Very, very good people, very kind people. I knew from the moment that I went for my very first fellowship, they call them fellowship meetings, I knew that I definitely need to, work with these people. I need to hang out more with these people because they're so inclusive, they're very welcoming, very warm people. And yeah, so I'm a Rotaractor, guys. Okay, so I want to talk about boundaries in this episode. Yes, boundaries. I know some of you are wondering, like, okay, what do you mean by boundaries? What are boundaries? Are they necessary? Yes, they're very necessary in our day-to-day lives. They're like invisible lines. They keep our relationships healthy and they keep us sane. Now, when I was growing up, I never really knew what boundaries were, but we always had there are always unspoken rules amongst the people that you surround yourself with. Little things like knocking at the toilet door or bathroom door before you barge in, because you know that there might be someone. And there's just that unspoken rule that there could be someone there and they need their privacy, so first knock at the door. Those are boundaries, my friend. You might think that, oh, I'm just doing this, but you are definitely keeping a boundary. But still, when it came to the core, I never really knew what boundaries were. I never really understood the depth of how important they are in life. And I got to realize that when I met a friend of mine. I have mentioned him before in one of my episodes, but this friend of mine, he made me realize that, oh, honey, you really have to follow these things for us to have a healthy friendship. Yeah, if you have been sensitive to other people's boundaries, I good on you. But if this is something new to you, then this is definitely an episode for you to listen to. Now, I'm just going to take you through what really a boundary is, because it's something that's very hard to define, but I did a bit of research, a little bit of research, so I'm going to take you through it, because I had a definition, my own definition, but I also wanted to make sure that I was actually giving you guys things that made sense, not just out of my head. And then after that, we'll go through a few things that are very obvious boundaries that people should keep, but people don't. Yeah? And so please, if you've made it this far, please stick around. So for me, I defined a boundary as just something that I'm very vocal about. This is what I'm okay with, and this is what I'm not okay with. That's the simplest way to put a boundary. It's that invisible line that sets your limit as a person, letting people know that you're okay with something and this is not what you're okay with. Basically that. But of course, when you go to Google, it will let you know that a boundary it's basically a personal limit that you set. Yeah. But overall, it's just something that it's an invisible line that you set that protects your well-being, and it keeps your relationships healthy. Because without boundaries, lines start to get blurred and things just fall apart. So every relationship needs a boundary set. People need boundaries. Even married couples need boundaries. Even the bestest of friends need boundaries. Yeah? So you might wonder, like, if I set these boundaries, am I not shutting people out? And well, my answer is like, no, you're not shutting people out. You're just communicating your limits, letting people know that I'm okay with this, I'm not okay with it. It's basically, what kind of analogy can I can talk about, you know how traffic lights work? The red light, the green light, and the yellow light, yellow or orange. In some places it's yellow, some places it's orange. So you're basically giving people traffic lights, letting them know that, okay, you can go slow, or you can stop. Oh, it's like a fence. It's like putting up a fence. Most homes in Uganda have fences around them. Yeah, residential areas have fences. That's a boundary, basically. That's a boundary. People putting boundaries around their houses to keep out the chaos, to keep out the noise, and to keep in the good things. Protect themselves from thieves, protect themselves from so many other things. So that's basically it. That's a boundary. Boundaries, and there are different kinds of boundaries. Boundaries that have to do with time, have to do with emotions. For time, you can tell people that, oh, beyond this time, please do not reach out to me. I am home with my spouse and my children, and please don't reach out to me beyond 7 p.m. That's a time boundary. An emotional boundary is telling people that, no, I don't talk about this. I don't talk about this topic. I don't talk about this particular thing because it triggers you in some sort of way, so you let people know that I don't want to talk about this. Yeah. We have people that are not good with. People are not huggers. We have people that are not huggers. Personally, I am in between. I'm a hugger and not a hugger at the same time. It really depends on who is hugging me. But yeah, there are people who just don't like physical touch. So they have physical boundaries. They're like, I'm not comfortable with people just hugging me out of nowhere. Like I'm okay with a simple handshake, but don't just come out of nowhere and hug me. We have digital boundaries where people don't call me beyond this hour, don't text me beyond this hour, don't send me this content. If you have any video that has this kind of content, very gruesome and graphic content, do not send it to me. I'm not your audience. That's a digital boundary. So I'm going to take us through like 10 things, like I mentioned earlier, 10 things that should be obvious, very obvious, but the world we live in, society, to certain people, they're not obvious at all, apparently. Yeah. So I'm going to start with number 1. Late night texting and calling. Guys, there are certain hours that you shouldn't text certain people. Now, me, I used to text people anyhowly until my friend at the time, he was in university, and there were times that I used to really demand a lot of his presence, of his attention, and he would let me like, hey, like I have a whole other life this side, because he was attending university in another country, and he was like, I have a whole other life this side, and there's a lot going on this side. So there's certain hours that you shouldn't reach out, because I'm probably reading for a test or an exam or something like that. And he's like, the best hours to reach out to me is between 9 a.m. and probably 7 p.m. And that's a boundary that he set, and I had to follow it, yeah, out of respect. It's really nice to communicate your boundaries. People always keep that in mind. So that's an example of a time boundary, like there's certain people that you shouldn't text at certain times. People like your colleagues at work, unless you've formed like a certain kind of relationship, but still, just don't reach out to people at weird hours. Married people, you texting someone's spouse at 9 p.m. Why are you doing that? Yeah, there are few certain people that I text beyond certain hours. Those are like my really, 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 really close friends, and where things can't wait, and I text them. But I know that if I need to communicate with so and so and this person, we're not like that, we don't know each other like that, or this person I know for a fact that they're married, I'm going to wait until the next day, even though the news is really, really killing me, even though I need something so much. But if it's to the point where it's an emergency, I will put an apology in the text and be like, I'm really, really sorry that I have to reach out to you at this time, but this and that and that. Yeah? But if it's something that can wait until the next day, please wait until around 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and then you can reach out to the person and tell them what you need to tell them. So, late night texting, late night calling, please beware. Beware of that boundary. It's not for everyone, it's for very few people. Another thing, number 2, is surprise visits. Visiting people without calling them, without letting them know that you're coming. Honestly, I feel like that is crazy. Even though it's your best friend, bestest friend, don't just show up out of nowhere. You have to call them and let them know that, hey, I want to come and visit you. I want to come and see you. Don't just show up on someone's doorstep. Guys, that's very disrespectful. Yeah? You never know what's happening at their house. What if they're not in the mood to have somebody over? What if they don't have food over to, to take care of you as their visitor? There's so many things that you have to consider. So don't just show up on someone's doorstep unannounced. That is disrespectful beyond. Don't do that. Number 3 is, so I know the concept of friendship, the concept of best friendship, and one thing I've seen with many best friends, not mine, but many best friends, is that there is no sense of boundaries between them. It's kind of like the concept of what's mine is yours, yeah, which is very unhealthy. So most people have the notion in their mind that just because they're my friend it means that I can do anything, which is not the case. Even though it's your closest friend, you've grown up, you've shared, you've bathed together when you were young, you've grown up together for years, and you've known each other from the moment you got out of your parents' wombs. It doesn't give you the right to cross a boundary, yeah? Each of us have boundaries, so friendship doesn't give you the right to cross a boundary. You still have to keep those boundaries. Even though it's your friend, you still have to ask them if you want to borrow something, that, hey, can I use this? Can I borrow this from you? Don't just take it just because it's your best friend's thing. Don't check your best friend's phone just because they're your best friend. You ask, like, hey, can I use your phone for something? I want to do this and that. Can I go to your room and pick this up? I want to do this and that. You get. So that's definitely a boundary that you have to keep. You have to remember that, because it keeps things, like I said in the beginning, it's an unspoken rule. Which brings me down to number 4, which is secrets. I will still go back to friendship. Or I can even bring up relationships. Relationships with like your significant others. We all have secrets, and we all have certain things that we share with certain people, but even with those people, there's certain things that you keep to yourself that you don't want to share with others. And then some people have this thing like, but I'm your friend, tell me, I'm your friend, tell me. No, girl or boy, I don't feel like telling you. This is it's very, very personal, and I want to keep it to myself, and I don't have to tell you this thing because it's mine, it's my thing. Yeah, so you don't have to know every secret of your best friend. Yeah, you don't have to know your dad's secret or your parents or your mom's secret. No, there's certain things that he or she have to keep for themselves. Even to do with your spouse, I know keep on saying like no secrets whatsoever, but there's certain things, like if someone is comfortable enough to let you in and let you know, then that's okay. But don't push someone to tell you something just because of your relationship with them. So certain secrets remain secrets, even with your most closest people. Then number 5, this is something that I have seen. it has to do with relationships and people's choices. Yeah, people make choices. Your best friend or your friend or someone that's close to you is dating someone, and you have an opinion about their relationship, or you don't like the person, or I don't know, whatever opinion you have, there's certain things that you shouldn't say, because at the end of the day, this person has chosen their significant other. They're going to date them, possibly get married to them, possibly have kids with them. So there are certain things that you are cut off from. You shouldn't say things unless maybe if it's an abusive relationship and it's so obvious that you have to tell your friend that, man, I think you need to leave this relationship or you're going to be killed. But if it's other things, like when it comes into how they're going to raise their kids, or how your friend has decided that she wants to decorate her house, or decisions she's made with her husband, or things like those, certain things are not for you to be part of. You shouldn't have opinions on personal things like those when it comes to people's relationships, when it comes to people's marriages, whether it's your best friend's marriage or someone close to you, or there's a limit. There's where you stop. Always keep that in mind when it comes to relationships. Yeah, relationships are their personal choices. Another thing is the same way relationship choices are personal, it also comes down to my number 6, which is basically personal life. Anything to do with my personal life, there's a boundary in it. Yeah, so if you're talking with someone, don't bring up certain things that are personal when it comes to pregnancy, when it comes to salary, what somebody earns. Yes. Don't just boldly ask somebody like, hey, how much do you earn? Excuse me? That's personal information. Things like marital status, whether someone is single, those are things that you shouldn't just bring up, because it's not small talk, it's personal. You're crossing a personal boundary. So I've seen examples where people are like, forgive me for asking, or I hope you don't mind me asking. You can put such a question. If you really, really want to know, you can pose that question first and, put a little disclaimer like, hey, I hope you don't mind me asking, but are you single? Or how many weeks are you? How far along are you? And if the person is comfortable to tell you, they'll tell you, oh, I'm 8 months pregnant, but don't just budge, bring it up in a casual conversation. Be like, how many months are you? How far along are you? Or talk about all of that is personal information. So please beware of that boundary. Always keep a boundary when it comes to personal things. First, ask the person if they're okay with it, and if they're okay with it, then you can go ahead and ask. But if they're not, respect that. And another thing that really, really irks me so much is people that carry other people's children without their permission. People, this is my number 7. Children are not community property. I repeat, children are not community property. You have no right to carry another person's child without their permission. Always ask. Always first ask, can I carry your baby? Simple words. Don't just come and get the baby out of their arms and like, hi, how are you? No, guys, no. Don't just carry people's babies. First ask. Don't touch another person's child, please, without their permission. First ask them. Don't pick another person's child, whether on the cheek, whether on the mouth. Guys, don't. You're crossing a very huge boundary. Don't do it. Always ask the person first. Also, never, ever, ever kiss another person's child. That one is a no-no. Never do it, because it's not your child. But in carrying, first ask the person, like, hey, can I carry your baby? Yeah? And if you get permission to carry their baby, and then somebody else comes and is like, hey, can I carry? It's not your child. So don't give out someone's child to another person. Look at the person, go to the person and tell them, oh, this other person wants to carry your child. Are you okay with that? And if they're okay with it, then they can. Don't just give out somebody else's child to another person, okay? No. Things like touching the cheeks, things like just don't. We move on to number 8 very fast. Invitations. They've given you a card, let's say a wedding invitation. Yeah? Invitation card. The card says, strictly bring one person. Well, leave that alone. That is very obvious. The person just tells you, I'm inviting you for my birthday party. Doesn't tell you anything about bringing, but it's nothing. But for you, you decide that, okay, I'm going to bring +5. What is that? Guys, boundaries. The person hasn't told you that you can bring a +1, a +2, a +20. Don't bring another person if you haven't been told to. You can ask, can I bring a +1? And if they tell you it's okay, then you can bring another person. But if they haven't told you, and you haven't even gone ahead to ask, then why should you bring a +1? Keep that boundary always. I'm trying to think of my number 9. Yes, number 9. This is something that pisses me off a bit, and I'm really glad that WhatsApp wrote this settings of limiting who can add you to a WhatsApp group. Before, someone could just drop you in a WhatsApp group, whether it's a wedding group or what, and they just drop you in there without your consent. Please, guys, we love your weddings. We love your weddings. Even me, when my wedding comes, I'm going to ask people first that, hey, is it okay if I add you to the wedding group? And if a person is okay with it, then go ahead. But if not, don't add them to the group, guys. I feel like I'm a mother complaining to people. Guys, these boundaries are so obvious that people cross them every single day. Don't just add people to groups, to WhatsApp groups. Always ask the person. So for me, now I've come to a point where it's somebody just sends me an invite. Yeah, not everyone can add me to a group. I get the invite, and then if I feel like joining, then I join. If I don't, then I don't. Go ahead. But the number of groups that I used to be added to, it was insane. There was one time I was added to a group, and then I exited, and then the person put me back, and then I exited. I blocked the person, and then they found another number to add me. Like, it was crazy. I had to block like 5 numbers that night. I don't know what the group was about, but I just know I kept on trying to, like, release me, please. Why do you and I did not know anyone at all. I don't even know how they got my number, but it was crazy. And then my number 10. This is very sensitive. Sharing someone else's news to others. I find that very selfish, very mean. Sharing someone else's good news before they share it. Let's say someone is pregnant and they haven't, told anyone yet, and then you go ahead and tell someone else, or you bring it out like so-and-so is pregnant. Or if it's a promotion, or if it's a sad thing like a breakup, it's their story to tell. Wait for them to tell it, And if they're okay with you, even after they've told it, if they're okay with you telling other people, then go ahead and tell other people, but it's not good. So guys, let me know in the comments. You can text me, you can reach out to me, let me know what you think about this. If you have even more boundaries that I have not mentioned that are very obvious but people keep crossing, please let me know, and let me know if you've enjoyed this episode. I'm going to try and be really consistent, guys. I will try, I promise. But it was really nice to have this conversation with you. Please, guys, let's keep our boundaries. Let's keep our relationships healthy, our friendships healthy. You know, let's not cross each other's boundaries. Let's respect each other's boundaries. Yeah? And healthy boundaries equals happy lives. Literally, I mean it. And also, if it's something that you haven't thought of, it's something that you haven't spoken about, and if it's something that's lacking in any kind of interpersonal relationship, whether it's your work relationship or it's between you and your spouse, you can sit down and talk about boundaries, talk about what's okay with you, what's not okay with you. Just have a conversation about boundaries, and you'll get to understand and see how it really, really goes a long way and keeps your relationship, any kind of relationship, healthy. Yeah, because it really helped a lot with my friendship with this person who helped me realize that boundaries are very healthy things to keep and to, you know, to respect. And yeah, and our friendship definitely advanced in so many ways when we started to be sensitive about each other's boundaries and whatnot. So guys, respect each other's boundaries. What am I going to talk about next? Let me think. I want to talk about loneliness. I believe it's something that many of us have experienced and are still experiencing. Personally, I have definitely, or currently even, it's something that I'm experiencing in so many ways. Yes, I want to talk about loneliness. I want to talk about how to navigate it. I want to talk about my experience with it. I want to talk about the things that people are scared to talk about, because when you say, oh, I'm lonely, it puts you out there so much. Like, girl, why would you say that? You're lonely. Yeah. Many of us are lonely. Many adults, very many adults are lonely, and not in the sense of, oh, I'm lonely because I don't have a significant other or what, but it's deeper than that. And I want to bring that out in the light and let people know that so many of us are going through it, and how to navigate it. Just talk about it in depth, dissect it. And as I keep telling you, I never have solutions. I just have coping mechanisms, because honestly, I am not the answer. The answer is always God, guys. Always. Jesus Christ is the answer. But me, I just give coping mechanisms and how it's been. And I let you know if it's helping or not, or, you know, let's just dissect it together. But yeah, my next topic is loneliness. Guys, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Please share with your friends. I really need, guys, please. We need to up my subscriber count. My subscribers they need to grow. I can't be at 51 subscribers for like a whole year. So share with your friends, share with your family, share with so many people. Let's push the officially Braless podcast. Otherwise, thank you so much for making this far. Thank you for my listeners. Thank you for the people that have been engaging with me. Thank you for everything. I am so grateful. I will see you when I see you. Toodaloo.